We are forlorn like children, and experienced like old men. We are crude and sorrowful and superficial. The first bomb, the first explosion, burst in our hearts. While they continued to write and talk, we saw the wounded and dying. While they taught that duty to one's country is the greatest thing, we already knew that death throes are stronger. We loved our country as much as they. We went courageously into every action, but also we distinguished the false from true. We had suddenly learned to see. It is very queer that the unhappiness of the world is so often brought on by small men. For us lads of 18 they ought to have been mediators and guides to the world of maturity, the world of work, of duty, of culture, of progress, to the future. To tell of a generation of men who, even though they may have escaped shells, were destroyed by the war. We are little flames poorly sheltered by frail walls against the storm of dissolution and madness, in which we flicker and sometimes almost go out. We are so completely played out that in spite of our great hunger we do not think of the provisions. Then gradually how senseless is everything that can ever be written, done, or thought, when such things are possible. We always see it too late. Why do they never tell us that you are poor devils like us, that your mothers are just as anxious as ours, and that we have the same fear of death? It's all rot that they put in the war news about the good humor of the troops. We are in a good humor because otherwise we should go to pieces. A word of command has made these silent figures our enemies. A word of command might transform them into our friends. They are too grievous for us to be able to reflect on them at once. If we did that, we should have been destroyed long ago. Longer. We don't want to take the world by storm. We are fleeing. We fly from ourselves. From our life. We were 18 and had begun to love life and the world, and we had to shoot it to pieces. This book is to be neither an accusation nor a confession, and least of all an adventure, for death is not an adventure to those who stand face to face with it. I soon found out this much. Terror can be endured so long as a man simply ducks, but it kills, if a man thinks about it. My heart beats fast. This is the aim, the great, the sole aim, that I have thought of in the trenches, that I have looked for as the only possibility of existence after this annihilation of all human feeling.